got my Stormtrooper shirt on.
Yeah, I got mine on too.
Yeah,
Fuck you and your Packers.
Mr. Outsider.
Yeah, it's not a Stormtrooper shirt whatsoever.
That's how many shots it takes for him to hit something. 12.
I've got a Zelda shirt on,
Yeah,
but that's
Why
normal.
Are you so tiny?
Huh?
Why are you so tiny?
I don't know.
Do you see the stream?
Yeah.
Stream up. Where the fuck's my iPad?
Can't you make yourself bigger and us smaller?
Maybe.
That was a nice lift back there.
Oh.
But you got a lot to learn.
See, I'm still figuring this Twitch thing out.
Maybe get rid of that
Or
corner
Skype.
box.
Huh?
T for T.
There. Going there.
Yeah. Oh god.
There you go. Yeah.
I gotta mute the stream though.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. Here we go. Welcome
Okay,
to
we
our.
need some intro music.
Damn it, my phone's charging.
Alright, anyway, fuck it. Fuck it. It's already past the point.
Fuck it. Shit started. Whoops.
Is about to land. New from Halo Mega Blocks. Build
My bad, yo.
Put all phones on silent or vibrate, please.
That was the fucking Twitch, dude.
Welcome to
Put
our
all Twitch
7th
on.
Descendants Gaming Podcast.
Hi.
7th month? Is that right?
What? 7th.
Seventh cast.
I think you said 7th month. That's podcast. Podcasting has only been
Yeah, no, we're in our like 10th month of being a thing.
a
So
while.
you're just wrong everywhere, Craig.
No, I
All
was right.
sorts. Whatever.
Do
Alright.
you want to do your intros?
Or what?
Intro. Introduce the people that are sitting here. In case
Okay.
people don't know.
To my upper left is DiabeticWookiee, and my upper right is Nosaj the Noob. And I am Sliguy. Thanks for tuning in. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
Don't relax, you might fall asleep. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Okay,
Sliguy.
first topic today is story in a video game, and how important is it to you, and what do you say constitutes a better story? Completely written by the developer, or in an RPG sense where you can kind of make your own decisions that affect the outcome of the story of your game?
You know, why you gotta ask such hard questions?
I
Talking to two people that just play story all the time in games.
Well, then start us off, Jason.
I lean towards the games where you can kind of do what you want, and then there is like a base story, but you can still sort of change certain outcomes or change the world around you and how it interacts with that main story. Oh, shut up, Dastin! Anyway. I mean, welcome to the
starting
stream.
already.
I would say, like, alright, examples would be, alright, so like Skyrim has a very linear storyline. Very linear. But you have the freedom to pretty much go wherever you want, do whatever you want. I mean, it's got a few other sort of main stories in it that are somewhat based on your choices. And then there's games like SWTOR, where I'm just...
It's like a sore subject until
Yeah, it is for a lot of us, yeah.
Until Tuesday.
But either way, regardless of what people say about the game as a whole, the story itself I thought was really good, aside from any bugs.
Oh,
whatever.
man.
The story was good. I mean, I ended up playing every class twice just so I could see the different sort of endings that you could have. So, you know, it's good enough for me to play 14 times over, then
Right.
I'd say I'd very heavily on story when it comes to a game. Playing that game long after it died down from every other aspect, you know, rating and all that shit. I still play the story. Yeah. So I now, as far as I'm trying to think of a game that just had a linear. I mean, games like Final Fantasy I've always liked, just because, and they don't really give you too many options. You just pretty much
Is what it is.
barrel through the game, yeah. And they're good too. But I'd say I lean more towards ones that have a open choice system that actually affects, you know, outcomes and whatnot. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't even think I answered a question.
Good enough. Mike?
Good enough. Like, I do like the multiple choices and everything. Cause I mean, I loved like Fable, in a sense, because you know the whole really good, like the first Fable, the good, evil
Mm-hmm.
You could be a dick or
sort of thing, and yeah, and I mean like the effect it took on you, like
Definitely
that physical feature. Yeah, shut up. I had horns. My Fable got head horns. But then, I mean, I love Metal Gear Solid. I mean, that's a linear story.
Mm-hmm.
A story that's off the fucking wall that can be, if you don't pay attention, you're gonna be lost.
Right.
But those two types, I love Metal Gear. I guess I don't play too many linear games anymore.
Well, Destiny,
Words.
right? Destiny's
Yeah.
linear, isn't it? I mean, you don't make choices.
Yeah, but it's like a 2.5 second long story.
Is it?
No, it's not too long. I mean, it definitely got a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like the way they do the questing now, it still kind of has that story. Even after you're done, you're still doing like quests after, like the main one. So you still have a little bit going on there, but I mean, it's not something I'm overly excited about, like playing Metal Gear. But it was just like Metal Gear 5 is now being an open world makes it very long and all that shit. Missions can get long, some can be short.
For
But no,
Metal
it
Gear,
just-
that is?
Yeah, for Metal Gear 5.
Okay.
No, but like I'm excited for what BioWare's doing with Star Wars expansion.
What are they
So-
doing story-wise, like, that's going to be different, you think? I mean, aside from that exact changes, or is it just more story?
Well, it's just the choices, more story, more choices.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
it actually affects. Like, I know they've said it in the past about, you know, oh, you're supposed to be
Choices.
able to decide your
Yeah, but it
decide, and it never really. But hopefully,
changed
this
the little
one,
things, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully one makes big changes in it. And
Have either you played Dragon Age, any of them, at all?
I have not, but I have always been interested.
Well, the first one's a really good example of that kind of sort of choices change everything, because you'll, like, alright, so example we've been using is Star Wars because it's what we've played more recently, but you know, your choices, when it comes down to a lot of things, it doesn't drastically change it. It might change a little outcome here or there, but for the most part you're still going down the same sort of path and goal that they give you. With Dragon Age, it's the same thing. I mean, you have a main goal, do this, but things around you, like your companions, your environment, things like that, the way NPCs view you and stuff like that, can change with simply with your responses. So I think if you're gonna have a story game, you have to have a lot of dialogue, like just a lot of choices that can change everything, and you need to make it so there's permanent repercussions. Like Star Wars, you could piss off your companion to no end with your choices and whatever, but they're not going to leave you. Now in the new one, that
yeah, the new one they're supposed
supposedly
to.
going to be different, but
You can piss
right
them off
now-
and they'll leave.
yeah, I mean, they'll leave you. You can't, and then to get them to like you, you just give them some items, and all of a sudden they're fine with you.
They're like children.
Also, exactly. Right, yeah, exactly. And then also, like, there's no story for them disliking you. Only if they like you, then they'll talk to you and whatever. There's no way to.
It's more like they just don't agree with you on some shit, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've always liked those type of games too. I feel like when I sit down to play an RPG or adventure type of game, it's about my story, like my journey through this, universe that whoever has created. Like you mentioned, Skyrim, Oblivion was another really good one.
Yeah.
Fallout, any game with a kind of a reputation system based on your actions is, always pulled me in on that aspect. And then, kind of on the other side of the coin is one of my favorite series of all time, which is Zelda. There really aren't any choices, or at least there haven't been thus far.
You can kind of choose sometimes what to do first, but yeah,
Right,
it's not
but
like
yeah, you're
you have to complete all these things to get where you need to go.
And I think that both can be good if done right. If done in a way that captures the player. And I think that for games that don't so much give you the freedom of choice, the lack of voice or dialogue of your main character kind of helps that in a way, because you still get to kind of imagine yourself in that scenario, even if the game doesn't allow you to really do anything about it. But either way, gameplay is great, graphics are nice, but for most games that I do play, there's gotta be something, the end game has to draw me, and there has to be a purpose for what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got you. Alright, so then what's an example of a game that, like, doesn't have a purpose if it's got story, though? I mean, like most games, you feel like you have I don't know that I've played a game that has a story in it, but you don't feel like you have a purpose.
Call of Duty.
Well, no, but like, alright, so you say Call of Duty. Now, obviously, first-person multiplayer shooter is the meat of the game, but
right.
When you're playing the single-player mode, the campaigns on them are pretty cool. You do have a purpose, even if it's just from mission to mission.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I guess
there's a reason you're there for it. I mean, I don't know I've ever played a game that had a story where I was just like, this is fucking completely pointless.
Some racing games.
And actually, now that I said that, there might be a couple games I've played that I felt like that. Let me just look at my Steam list here for a second.
I purchased that Sonic Lost World, and that was
What was it? Sonic Lost World?
Lost World. With
so what was like? Was there a point to it, or like what was it? Just.
I mean, the usual against. Well, I still call him Dr. Robotnik, but they call him Eggman now.
Call him Dr. Robotnik. That Eggman stuff is retarded.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. Like, it just felt scattered. Like, okay, here's your main enemy, but there really isn't any other substance to the game. Mario, you could argue both ways, saving the princess from Bowser, but aside from that, there's not really a whole lot going on. The galaxies were a little bit different, but not.
I gotcha.
Not too much in the way, the way of anything else. But that, that's a series where it's really the platforming and the secrets of the levels that grab the gamer.
The meat of it. Right. Yeah, a lot of platform games don't really have a in-depth story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm trying to well, it's more of a sports game, so I guess you can't really count sports games in that genre, right? Because there's not.
Sports aren't real.
Well, all right.
That's
good,
pretty funny.
Good talk, Craig.
Stop it.
See, and I don't know. Like it's hard. Like I guess story. It's its own. Well, it's its own genre, right? RPG. That's pretty much any game that has a story is an RPG because you're playing a role in said story, whether it's a choice one or not. Because I was looking at my list and thinking like, oh, this game doesn't have a story, but it's in a totally different genre. It's not. There is not supposed to be a story, or you are the story.
Yeah, fighting games are kind of
Fighting games even have kind of a
some do, some don't.
Story element to it. I mean, even like the most basic Mortal Kombat, you're working your way up to fight Shao Kahn at the very top every time. I mean, I guess it gets repetitive, so maybe that'll lose a lot of the story.
Smash Brothers has no story.
Yeah, that's true. There's no like evil doer. Well, that's not true. You're fighting the hand of the kid playing with the action figures.
Master hand.
Yeah, I always think of that hand as like my hand when I played with action figures, and then I'll
but then he mutates into some other fucking crazy creature and.
Or there, wherever you're over there.
No, you're up there.
You're here. No, on the stream.
No, that's Craig. That's Craig. No.
On the stream. Alright, anyway. Alright, so what's, I mean, is there anything else you want to touch on with that? Anyone else comment about stories in video games? I mean, I like games where I make my own story. Survival games, which I haven't played a lot recently, but I do like doing that. You guys had a pretty intense Ark experience going. I wish we had more coverage of that.
Yeah, I think we're kind of waiting for the bugs to get worked out of that one.
According to Wookiee, there's penguins now. Might be time to get into it again.
That's what Joseph said.
I'm gonna be waddling at a whole 12 frames per second.
Yeah, right.
It'll look like fucking South Park.
God,
Minecraft doesn't have right, but that's also, I guess, more survival than.
That's funny.
Right. What else? What else you got? Fire away, bitch.
Alright, on to my next topic, which is purchasing unlockables in a video game.
We need to do a shout out to Rascal, by the way. The racist cat, apparently.
Like, he doesn't like Siamese cats, or?
The black cat.
He's a black cat.
Dogs.
Black kitten.
Size of a lion.
Right, a lion-sized black cat. No, not a panther, a black cat. Right.
Yeah, this isn't Marvel or DC or whatever Black Panther's in. DC?
But anyway.
No, it's Marvel.
Shout out to Rascal. If we see Rascal, we'll, take him to the pound. Or the zoo, whichever. Alright, so anyway, what's next? What?
Yeah, how do you feel about purchasing unlockables in a video game?
Define unlockables.
Now, wait, unlockables?
Define unlockables, because there's DLC, there's like cartel stupid crap that Mike buys all the time.
Okay, now, I mean,
there's amiibos, those could be considered fucking unlockables.
Fucking unlockables.
Something that you could earn through just playing the game or playing through the game, and instead you purchase the fucking bonus weapon ahead of the mission where you would earn it, or
or like buying those card
feel-
packs. Like,
I feel,
in
I
the
don't know.
30.
I mean, I kind of feel like that. The most part, it's either you have a pay-to-win model, which is the type of model where you can buy all the crap that's in the game already, or there's a model where it's just cosmetic mostly, where you know, or it's comparable to something that might be in the game, but it's just like it's just cosmetic. It's a little bit different, like looking. I don't
Let's
know.
say at level 20 you unlock this new weapon. Just not anything specific, but you could start the game off at level 1 and buy it. I mean, how do you feel when it comes
use
to
it
that?
at level 1, or do you have to wait to level whatever?
Oh no. Once you buy it, you can use it. But
I don't know. That sounds like that pay-to-win model. I hate those kind of models. I really don't like those. The cosmetic ones, that's fine, because you got people like that you know, buy into all that, and you know,
Oh, but you love it when you get free shit from me, don't you? You're just as fucking guilty.
guilty by association, I guess.
Exactly.
And only because I'm too broke to afford to buy all that stuff. But when it's cosmetic, I don't know. It doesn't give an advantage or anything. It's not game breaking. When it's that pay-to-win crap.
yeah, I feel
Especially
like
for someone like me that's broke and can't buy everything.
Well, especially in like any kind of PvP
Right.
sort of instance, like where it definitely gives somebody an upper hand just because they threw down whatever $10 to get the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, not a huge fan of it myself.
No, I mean,
I mean, all of it really sucks because it's just the fucking companies just getting money.
And
Milking it.
What it does feel like to me too, with the majority of these unlockables or DLC or whatever you want to call it, is it's just you're not making a complete game, and you're just getting a little bit more money for this, that, and the other thing that should have already been in the game. It sucks, It's any Battlefield game is going to happen with frickin' Battlefront. I'm sure and EA is a huge advocate of that. Just let's give them a little bit at full price of I mean, games are just as much now as they were before the DLC bullshit.
Yeah, they've been the same price for the last 20 years almost.
Yeah, I mean, if I felt like I was getting a complete game, I wouldn't mind paying a little extra. But now it's like for the amount you do pay for a full game, it's not a full game.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like that season pass for Battlefront being $50 for the 4 next downloads, I think.
Yeah, and they make it sound like, oh, it's really good. But
Well, I mean, I guess I'll understand if they add a whole bunch of shit besides just that, because it's just a mode, isn't it? It's like a mode per download, I think.
See, and that's the other thing too, is modes and this is the thing, is they've already obviously made this content.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Put all the
download.
content you come up with into the game, and then come up with new shit and put it as an expansion, like used to be. Don't say, oh, hey, we have all these great ideas for this game, but we're only gonna give you like these few. And then, as you start to lose interest, here's another small piece.
Right.
Oh, you getting bored with that? Oh, that wasn't as good as you thought? Okay, here's another small piece.
Yeah, it's just that string along, just pulling you along, and then it.
I feel like
Well, I mean, what are you
they've
gonna do?
done that
alright.
a little bit with Smash Brothers. That
With the
DLC is
I think they've done it.
priced absurdly, in my opinion.
Alright, so I have a question. With the amiibos, because I don't know anything about the amiibos, I stayed away from them. One, because I don't have a Wii U. For one. For two,
It's
I
an
can't
addiction.
afford $15 for a little thing every time I want a new character in a game. So, would those count as unlockables in this sense? I mean, can you unlock these things in the game separately, or you need an amiibo for a lot of it? Like Smash, there's so many more fighters in it, and I feel like it's because of the amiibos. You can't unlock everything in Smash.
Well,
right?
the amiibos, at least the Smash series, are all characters that are in the game. You
But can you
don't unlock any additional characters by purchasing the amiibos. There's some costumes, it's cosmetic things,
Okay.
and you can train your amiibos and have them fight as like a CPU, kind of based on the AI of your
alright. So
gameplay.
it's cosmetic. That's,
Yeah.
That's all. Like I'm saying, if I went out and bought a Wii U and bought Smash, would I be able to play all the characters that I've seen so far?
Yes, except for the DLC characters, which are
Okay. Well, that's DLC though.
yeah.
But I wouldn't have to go out and buy like 45 amiibos to unlock all the expansion characters.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
No.
you would. Yes.
You
Sounds like
may
I'd be
want
missing out
to.
on an aspect of the game, but yeah, I got you. That's
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help Nintendo out. Jason to buy amiibos.
right.
Oh, they're not
already
having any
invested
trouble
in a
selling
tabletop
amiibos. They've
Star
sold
Wars
more
game.
of those than consoles.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, that's just a collector's
Right.
deal too.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Like, what else could go along with that? Like DLC. So okay. So now I haven't played WoW in forever since Lich King expansion, but they're like probably one of the last games that I feel did it right when it came to the not having DLC. They had actual expansions. They came out with this base game. They improved on the base game. Actually added a little bit of content here and there, but didn't charge you for that little bit. And then they came out with an expansion, level cap increase, blah blah blah, new area, new worlds, and it felt like it was big enough. A lot of these other Star Wars, for example, or SWTOR, excuse me, when they've come out with expansions, some of them have been good, some of them not so much. But also, to their credit, if you're subscribed, you haven't had to pay. But the point is if you're going to label it as an expansion, it needs to feel like an expansion. Trying to think which expansion was it? The Dreadguard, was that was an expansion, right? Or was that just like an update, a patch? Because there was the one planet, I can't remember the name, it starts with M, Makeb. That was an expansion, and that felt like a full planet. Felt like an actual space.
Hi, Eli.
There was the
Okay.
Cartel, or Scum and Villainy, that was an expansion, right? But that was not a new planet. That was
Right, but that was... Yeah, that was part of with the Dread. Because it was after
Villainy came out.
DF and DP.
Scum and Villainy?
Scum
was?
and Villainy was after that, yeah. Or was it at the same time?
I thought it was before.
I don't remember.
Because weren't we in whatever. But anyway, the point is WoW did it right. You know, you had a huge base game, you had an expansion, and they actually charge what WoW cost $60 for the base game back then, and then it was $40 for the expansion.
$40 for the expansion.
Yeah, so I mean they did it right then. I mean now I know they've had to convert to have all these other things just to keep up to date. Like, don't they have like in game?
They've got mounts and pets
that you could buy, yeah, all that shit. So
yeah.
But again, that's cosmetic. It's not, you're not getting an advantage to it. It's not hindering what you can do in the game by any means. So I think WoW did it very well, and I think games are falling away from that. They're finding all these other little shortcut ways to get instant money, and and that's why you find a lot of these games people don't play for very long. MMOs, anything, any genre, they have all these little microtransactions. You get sick of it. Like, oh, get that. Oh, here, now I have to spend another $5 to do this part, or I need to spend another $5 to unlock that. Like,
It's like I paid $60.
Destiny, they were about
just
to
now
screw
adding.
you guys. They tried to with that Taken King originally. They were trying to really screw you guys with that. Fuck, I can't. I'd have to look it up. But they changed their model because so many Destiny players were like, "You guys are fucking us over." It was like I don't know if it was like the collector's edition of it or something, but they overcharged for the content that they were giving.
No story.
With well, like they were claiming it was, you know, like a full-blown game, and it wasn't even close. And they backed all that out, I think. And now,
Well, no, they're adding their microtransactions. Like right now, I believe they have like emotes that you can buy, or you will be able to buy, and then of course somebody, whatever, got into files and they were seeing that there's supposed to be like microtransactions for like better loot or something like that, or upping the loot.
something or
Stat
what?
boosts
Like
and shit.
Yeah, pretty much stat boost. So that's gonna piss a lot of people off if that goes through.
Yeah, I think that's garbage.
Yeah, unless it's something. It wouldn't be so bad if it was something you could, as a normal player, occasionally find and get in game. Like when you maybe beat the Taken King boss, it drops, you know, something for everyone, and then, yeah, you could buy more if you want to, but at least it's still available, you know, to the players. But if it's not, then
No, it's just gonna be probably whoever buys it.
they'll be the ones that have the best gear and shit. Yeah, that's fine. That is annoying.
I imagine enough people will probably bitch about it where it won't go through.
We'll see. To some extent, certain developers have started listening to their player base a little bit more, and they're the ones that I think stick around longer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, gotta make the customer happy.
Yeah, but then there's conglomerates like EA that are still going to just do whatever the fuck they want. They don't care what anyone says. So, like Battlefront, I mean, I played the beta and it was awesome, so I'm glad. It was good enough to justify me pre-purchasing the game. That was my only fear, was that I was going to play it and be like, oh god. But, you know, aside from beta stuff, I was happy enough with it. Now, like what Mike said, that fucking $50 shit to unlock for the season pass or whatever, that's a little... Now, that's a one-time thing, though? Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, unless when they come out with stuff beyond that. After the four DLCs they put out, then you'd have to buy whatever extra after that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all it's for, is for the next 4 DLCs.
That's so irritating. I'd rather them just not mention the DLC at all, and then just come out with it at whatever appropriate times, instead of saying, here, you just paid $60+ for the regular game, and we even have more content planned and ready. We're not gonna give it to you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous if you're gonna be buying it and it's like $113 or something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of money for a game.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the way you look at it. You're paying over $100 for the content that they've made for a game.
And then you
Well,
get
I
into...
just found out because I went and talked to my old boss at CNC because I'm getting the PS4, the Battlefront PS4. I guess it's coming with 4 games with it, and it's gonna be the Super Nintendo Star Wars, so it's gonna be Super Star Wars.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And it's gonna be, there's one of the Star Wars games. I don't know if Bounty Hunter was on there. I think that was on there. But yeah, there's 4 games that's supposed to be coming with it. That's
Oh, I
pretty much
remember
from
the
Super
Super
Nintendo.
Star Wars games.
Wow.
And I had no idea that was going to be coming with that. So it's all
You're
about...
already,
That
you're
damn
already all
transport
in,
level.
regardless.
Yeah.
It's bonus.
Super Return of the Jedi.
Oh no,
Yeah, but I don't think it comes with all 3. I think it just comes with the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, but I already have.
Yeah.
I have a lot of arcade machine.
Yeah, that's all. I can't wait. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna watch the movie. I'm just gonna stay at Mike's house and play on the arcade. You have to actually put coins in?
Yes. Just a little cup that sits there. You gotta throw the coins in.
It turns on when Mike plugs it in.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
be standing behind it.
microtransactions.
Up, it didn't take. Take it out.
Yeah. No, keep throwing more in until it works.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I'd prefer it. Like, if they had $50 worth of shit coming out, I would just prefer them to like not tell anyone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then just come out with it. Be like after the game launches, don't. I mean, I don't know. Like you said, because now me and I'm sure I'm not the only one. You look at it as like, especially people that couldn't play it because their computer systems weren't up to spec. They're looking at way more than $100 some odd for everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
Whatever video card or whatever RAM upgrades they got to do just to
$700
meet the requirements.
Well, just think about the people that probably buy these season passes and they maybe just stop playing the game before even getting.
Yeah, get 2 packs in and
they just done paid
bail.
for all that. And
Right. Well, and
didn't even play it.
That's sort of that's that quick money scheme that I'm talking. Game
probably their parents'
good
money.
enough, tests good enough to get people interested in it. They
Even if I hate a game, if I spent $50 on a season pass, you better be sure I'd fire that son of a bitch up when it released at least a couple days.
Just to rage on it.
Yeah. It's like,
I
spent my fucking money on this.
Fucking bullshit. Oh yeah, no. See, I'm so tight budgeted. I can't. Yeah. You are my brother.
With Battlefront and Battlefield the same way. Like, does it upset the balance when those new guns come out and they're only privy to the expansion?
Well, see, and I've been out of the FPS loop long enough to where, I mean, from what I noticed, the majority of the time they don't like the new guns and stuff. They're not super weapons or anything.
Right.
They're still comparable. You could still get by with the basic gun if you put mods and whatever on it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give the player any real more of an advantage, I guess. And if it's like that, then whatever, it's fine. 'Cause
Right.
that's not pay to win. You're just, again, you're paying to get new shit.
I agree.
But if it does even give a little bit of an edge, that pisses me off, because those are supposed to be games of skill, not games of
Money.
Yeah, not games of hey, I have more money than you, and now I have all this shit, then you don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like EA. I want to punch all of them in the face.
Well, even look at
I just
Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto Online. I mean, in a sense, what do you do during the regular game? You fucking steal any car you want and put it in your garage, but now it's that car's too expensive. You can't put it in your garage.
Yeah, but that's with in-game money. I mean, they're trying to get
Well,
you to play the fucking
yes,
game.
but give that little, hey, here's your shark card, buy a shark card, great white shark, get millions of dollars.
Yeah. I mean, it's for the return
Buy my Harrier.
that we do. We can't afford all that.
Well, we've all heisted together. We know where our money goes.
Right out the
Explosions.
friggin' window.
Literally out the window.
Literally, Mike throwing $200 out the window at a time.
Alright. Good talk.
Yeah, that's terrible. Anyway. So what's next? What we got next?
Okay, so
We're not done with the DLC spec.
does anyone have anything else to say about DLC or unlockables? Okay, good.
What did we learn? What did we learn? Recap it, Craig. What did we learn? Sum it up.
Paying to win sucks and it's bullshit, and fuck you if that's your play model.
Fuck you.
That's what we learned. That's good. Alright, what's next?
On the tip of data mining, though, data mine this week was Twilight Princess HD, found in the eShop on the Wii U. Won't talk a whole lot about it, but I, for one, am excited. Twilight Princess is probably my favorite Zelda game of all time. And,
is that the one that has the,
Princess
the wolf?
No, well, no, but graphically, it's not Wind Waker, it's Ocarina of Time-ish.
It's, kind of. It's, it was kind of like their shot at a, somewhat more realistic style. Like, it's still fantasy graphics, but it's...
I didn't mind fantasy graphics, the Wind Waker
it's definitely closer to
experience.
reality than any other Zelda game. I think if they do an HD version right, it could look fantastic. I, for one, am a fan of HD remakes of old games, as long as they were good. But, yeah, like I said, Twilight Princess is one of my favorite ones. What's that?
And if you didn't have to pay for it again.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to anyway.
Alright, okay, so here's a question. What do you, like, what do you guys think of, like, HD remasters and stuff like that? Do you think that they're worth doing, or not really? Because back when a lot of these games came out, obviously none of us cared about HD because it wasn't a thing. You know, games for 64, GameCube, PlayStation, PS2, you know, there was no HD. You didn't have to worry about all that. I mean, if there was HD, it was those great colored cables. There wasn't like 720, 1080. It was just a little bit of a change.
A little bit crispier.
Yeah, but now I think it would be a pretty crazy jump. Because, well, see, but I don't know. Because, I mean, if you've watched anyone game capture old games, it doesn't look any worse when you see them playing it on an HD TV. Right? I mean, it just looks like it did.
Some do and some don't, in my opinion. Sometimes blowing up a game that was only ever rendered in a 480 resolution, when you put that on a 1080p screen, especially a television screen, it's a little bit hard to look at. Like, I've plugged my 64 into the, you know, my HD TV downstairs, and that's fucking wow, dude. I can't play it.
Okay, so you agree with them remastering?
I do. As long as they do it right, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very...
What's doing it right, then? 'Cause
you can't just upscale the output resolution and call it an HD
crank
remake.
Up the game.
Yeah. Right. Unless you're only going to charge me $5 for it.
So what do you need it to be?
Well, if there were any, you know, technical mishaps or limitations on the old systems, do what you can to remove those, like they did with Wind Waker HD. They removed basically all of the invisible walls. There isn't any more loading from one section of the map to the other. Animations are smoother. They upped the frame rate.
Cut out all the load screens. That'd be enough for me for some games.
The color palette. Yeah, like Resident Evil or something like that. If you could just open the door and walk right through the next room, I think those are kind of shoddy, but they don't charge $60 for them at the same time.
Right.
But
because I know what was it, EA? I think they put out a recent had a recent interview or whatever where they said that it was pointless to do HD remakes and they weren't going to do any HD remakes. Which from EA, I don't give a shit because they didn't really have anything that I was all that amazed with, and they pump out so many damn games. What the hell's it matter? But you know, and that's probably exactly what they were thinking when they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to invest money.
Well, yeah, because you haven't produced any games that people play after a year.
And that's why they're getting people like Mike with the $50 season pass.
Excuse me. I haven't bought that yet.
I mean, there's been a couple of good ones, but
yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it does make sense for
loves to hear is yet.
a game like Final Fantasy or Zelda or Resident Evil, something that people play decades later.
Oh yeah, and people still play now.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for
7.
For my dad or my that for sure. That's gonna be
no, that's a remake.
Yeah, that is a remake.
That's a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what I mean. If you're gonna call it a remaster, then
Well, there's a difference. Remaster or remake? I feel like a remaster might just be visually, load times, might like quality of life stuff, but the gameplay and the game story and stuff doesn't change. 7, it sounds like they're changing. I guess the story not so much, but the gameplay is going to be, from what I've read, is going to be completely. I mean, it's going to be different. The view, the view of your controlling your character, the open world's different, and I think the combat system's also going to be
tweaked.
Like, yeah, it's not going to be you're running around in a zone that has no monsters. You know, I think the areas are going to be big, and you're going to be like third person running around is what I'm thinking. I mean, it's another one of those things, and people call me retarded for it, but I've done it. I'm doing it with Star Wars Episode 7. I'll do it with Final Fantasy 7. Anything I've really liked, I like to keep the surprise in it as much as possible. So I won't spoil myself with looking at every single detail as everything comes out, you know? For movies, it's trailers. For games, it's articles and screenshots. So 7, I'm going to buy it regardless because of the insane amount of hours I played 7. And I've played it multiple times, too. I mean, it was one of the first games to have, like, multiple endings or something. And think of a game, even if you ran straight through it, it was still like a 60-hour fucking game.
Oh man, it was
tried to blitz through it. A lot of that was kind of grindy stuff, but a lot of it wasn't. I mean, there's so much going on in 7 specifically. I know 8 was much shorter compared to 7. Still great story, but hell of a lot. But yeah, I don't know where so remastering would be doing quality of life, but yeah, 7's definitely a remake.
Really, Craig?
We see the the players given.
I don't know how much gas is in mine.
I think it's like below half, not like a quarter. I put gas in mine, so I can take mine.
Alright.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Have a good day.
She just wants to drive your motherfucking car. All about that G8.
Yeah, buddy.
That's just short for a second. Oh, so yeah. So I don't know. What was that question there? I go off in tangents. I'm sorry.
The remakes.
Yeah, you do.
HD remakes.
Remasters.
Remastered.
All right. So you agree with them? Now, are you picky on the games, or what if Nintendo was just like, you know what, we're gonna do
everything,
a remaster, HD remaster of every 64 game we've ever pumped out? Would you be okay with that, or would you think that would be stupid?
I think that you need to pick and choose.
Just do like the top favored games. Like, all right, so there's so many Super Mario games out. Would you be okay if they did a remaster or remake of Mario 64?
I loved Mario 64, so yes.
It was a huge leap in the gaming technology.
But that is... See, 64 is an era where you're talking about you'd have to redo textures. The entire mesh system would be different.
It'd be a remake.
Yeah, it would be a full-on remake.
But that's what they're doing with 7.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, I don't think you're going to see the big blocky robot arms when walking around and stuff. Like, what the hell? I have a seizure. Anyway,
But I think
blown.
Twilight Princess is one of those games that would really, really benefit from an HD remaster because it was released in between a console cycle, basically, and what they were trying to do with the graphic style, I don't think was possible on the Wii at that time. And it, like I said, it did stem from a GameCube game, so there were limitations that way as well. I think the textures were right, but it just wasn't enough in that system to fully display or represent it the way that they wanted to.
That's something in my eye. I did have
Is
something
it
in my
Mike's
eye.
bullshit?
It's something in my eye too.
Something in my other eye. Legitimately.
Because you put it there.
My finger. Yeah, alright, so they're just remastering it, they're not remaking Zelda. Correct?
We don't know. Like,
So they might remake
with
it.
Wind Waker, they made a lot of upgrades.
If they made
not
Wind
just
Waker
visually.
look like Twilight Princess, I would be so happy.
Stop fucking with your eye, man.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. I gotta.
Get it. Get it.
Oh.
Oh no. Don't get that.
Moving on. Anyway,
Moving on, please.
Nintendo NX development kits went out this week.
What?
Yeah. So talk about that, because I don't know a damn thing about any of that. I can't afford it, so.
So there was only a limited bit of information that really got out to the public, but basically that the design concept that is being shown to developers right now includes a home console unit and a device that you can take with you,
Okay.
independent from the console.
Now is this like
Yeah. I heard
this
something about that.
gonna be like a jump from the Wii U as far as being a new console, or is it just
Yes.
like a new type
No,
of
it's going to be their next console
their
cycle.
next gen? So it's like their Xbox One or PS4.
Mhm.
Just
It's console mobile gaming.
And they said that the other thing they said, which is kind of vague, but they said contained industry-leading chips. Now that could mean a lot of things.
like
Doritos?
Doritos.
I knew that was coming.
Cheetos.
I
What,
mean,
what
they're
kind of
pretty
chips?
good chips.
What kind of chips?
Fucking Frito-Lay's
Are they
got
the rainbow
Are they-
Doritos?
Are they those ratchet chips?
the rickety chips.
Rickety
Rickety
chips.
See why I don't do jokes?
Do drugs either.
But
Yeah.
you know, in my opinion, they've got to compete on that power level. I think a lot of their issue with third parties this console cycle was the variance in power. You know, the PS4 and Xbox One were capable of much more in that end, where the Wii U couldn't stack up, and I can't blame developers for not wanting to gimp their game to put it out for a system that wasn't going to support their vision.
Right. And that's where Nintendo's gotten, I guess, hit a lot, is with the fact
Mhm.
that there's a lot of developers that said, no, we're not coming out on the Wii U because we'd have to totally revamp our game just to power it down enough to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now, do you think there's already the Xbox One, the PS4. Is this gonna get the third party back to them? I mean, are you gonna see games that are already out for those two consoles on the Wii U, or probably not, and just maybe the next round of them? Or
That's hard to say. I think they would be aiming for the next round. I fully expect the PS4 and Xbox One to have a lengthy life cycle.
Well, they better, 'cause
And
my PC's gonna have a lengthy life cycle.
But I think there's no way that they can't compete on power and expect to attract third parties back to them. I mean, aside from the Wii U, Nintendo has a history with third parties. Companies do like Nintendo. They've been around for a long time, and you know, they've had their million sellers. I mean, the Wii was 100 million system seller, and a lot of people made a whole lot of money making games for that console. N64, Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo. I mean, they're not a name that is taboo in the industry by any means.
Well, I would think that if anything, they're innovative. I just think the last couple consoles they've come out, I feel like their timing's been kind of off, you know, for the performance that they're pushing out. And that's sort of what killed Sega. Now they're just a game developer because
you know, I don't want to see that happen.
Yeah, exactly, and I don't want to see it happen either. But I feel like it's just taking longer. But Nintendo's been sort of going down that path. I mean, the only thing that's keeping them up, I think, is they're innovative. They're different. Like, they don't have even a similar controller, really. I mean, you have this whole freaking gamepad with the Wii U. I mean, you could use the other, you know, any other third-party one, but initially, you know, when you buy the console, you've got this pad, which is cool because you can also play it. You don't need to have a TV. You can just play it right on, you know. So stuff like that is different. You know, I don't have a PS4 controller that has my TV screen.
I think they're going to continue with a second screen device in their home console. I mean, obviously, if you've got a, you know, they're planning a mobile unit that you can take with you on the go.
Now, is that going to have like its own screen and stuff on it already, or?
I would think it would have to.
Because I know, like where I work, you know, when I'm not working for DG, at the electronics area, you know, they have what the heck, Gamer X, these more or less briefcases that have a power pack, have everything in it, and you. I mean, the ones we sold last year were still for the, I think, 360 and PS3. I don't think they came out with ones for the PS4 and Xbox One yet, but that's, I mean, that's not, if it's not out already, I'm sure it is, but, you know, so, like, how is this going to be different than that, you know? Or is this just to keep up with that? Because I've never seen one that was compatible with, like, the Wii or anything. So,
you know, it's a hard question to answer.
Is this innovative enough, I guess, is what I'm asking, you know, because if you already have the ability to make Xbox One and PS4 into a mobile platform anyway, you know, is that really a selling point?
But that's bulky, you know. I'm thinking what Nintendo's doing is going to be more of a handheld sort of. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. They're taking the whole damn system with them.
Okay.
Like, because I know what you're talking about. I've seen those cases, whatever. I've seen them on that Facebook and all that shit.
Case, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the system. It's all right there. But
right there. And
I have a feeling you're not taking the physical system. I have a feeling that's still at home, but that's why I think it's like a split.
It's almost like you have. It's like
probably like a damn Wii U just on steroids.
Right.
I would have guessed. I mean,
it's probably like a gigantic 3DS.
Yeah. Or like the Neo Geo.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it could definitely be done right. There's a lot of really, really talented minds in the game industry that, you know, are behind the hardware design, and I'm anxious to see what they come up with, you know, based around this concept. You know, I've had ideas of my own about what they could do. There's obviously, you know, ways that they could split power from the home console and have a device that you could take with you. And then the other idea is smartphone integration, but you deal with a whole lot of compatibility issues, Android, iOS, all that nonsense. So I definitely think it's going to be a proprietary thing. I know that they have been working on basically a Nintendo operating system, and I also know that the NX, as they're calling it, may not necessarily be the name of a piece of hardware so much as a basically new brand. Of gaming devices. So maybe they are designing this around both present and future releases. Could NX be the name of their operating system? Maybe. But I guess we'll just have to see. I know they've patented some really neat technologies and ideas. Whether or not they are consumer ready, I don't know. But I know a hollow screen was one of them, and well, I don't know a whole lot more beyond that as far as like a handheld technology goes, but I know that they're definitely not sleeping on it. They've got a new president right now after Iwata's passing, and I can't help but wonder if Iwata himself wasn't aware of his condition for several years, and that, you know, maybe part of the direction that Nintendo took was because he just wasn't feeling as much ambition as he did previously. So we'll see with new leadership. They've got new basically a whole new structure to the company right now. Their handheld and console markets departments have merged, and you know, it'll be interesting to see. They never really fail to at least impress me with an idea other than Virtual Boy. And
That's, oh no, I mean, all right. You say Virtual Boy. I thought Virtual Boy was still pretty cool. I mean, think about how long ago that was, and they were trying to come out with.
Right. The idea was
that.
cool, and when I saw it in person,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Well, but think of the, like, all right, so, but think about it now. If you came across Virtual Boy as a brand new thing now, well, maybe not now, but like maybe a few years ago after you'd grown up a little bit, because I know when I looked at it as a kid, I was like, it's fucking red lines and stupid crap.
Yeah.
But when I look back at it now, I kind of wish I either played it more or you know, because it's really cool. I mean, nowadays, I think I've showed Wookiee the video. You know, when it comes to drones, they have these like drone races. They actually have like a league in Norway, I think it is, and they have these drone races where you wear a virtual headset that's linked directly to like a camera on the drone, and so you have no peripheral vision or anything, and everyone in the race is doing that, and you have a marked course and all that stuff. So I mean, if I looked at the Virtual Boy kind of in that way, like that's what you were doing, right? What were some of the games on? There was like a tennis, there was like a battle tank thing on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they even have a sort of Star Fox pilot?
Yeah, there was like it was kind of like the SNES Star Fox in a way.
Right, exactly. So I mean, it was pretty cool, but again, kind of like Sega, it was ahead of its time. It wasn't quite there yet, and you know, you look at Sega too. The Sega Game Gear came out. That thing was like a 20-pound piece of.
Oh my god, yeah.
Shrapnel.
You did need a fucking briefcase to carry that son of a bitch.
Right, but it did have it was the first one to have that more crisp color scheme.
Yeah.
Because that came out when Game Boy, the regular Game Boy was, right? And then Nintendo came out with the Game Boy Color to kind of combat that. But I think the Game Gear still had a larger screen, though, at the time.
Yeah, the Game Gear had a larger screen. It was backlit.
And you were playing the big games like, say, Sonic stuff and Mortal Kombat, whatever, fully. And it looked, aside from being smaller, it looked just like it would on your TV.
I think one of the killers was size, another killer was price, and the third killer was the fucking 90-minute battery life.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably overheating. I mean, I didn't have one, but I had a couple friends that had them, so I played it.
You had to take a pack of batteries with you on a car trip.
Oh, that's right. It was all battery shit.
It's basically, I'm
so glad our batteries have come a long enough way where you just charge that shit up for... Imagine if you had an iPad and you had to fucking...
Put fucking double A's in it.
Or triple A's.
The screen would be this thin, but the section of batteries would be like this thick.
Right.
Just have a thing off to the side you had to jam into it every time.
Be your lap rest would be the battery fucking compartment.
This thing takes 8D batteries.
4 hours.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that they've thinned out the batteries and stuff. I mean, anything you could do on almost any old handheld you could do on a cell phone now. I mean, phones are mini computers even now.
Right.
So. Alright, but anyway, sorry, tangent, off topic.
No, it's cool. I don't think Nintendo is in any way near the situation that Sega was in, but...
Well, that's what I mean. I think it still feels similar. It's just taking longer.
Yeah,
There's more people to buy their shit, so... I mean, back then, gaming and stuff, in a sense, was still kind of new.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was niche.
Exactly.
Wasn't...
It wasn't huge. Now it's worldwide. Now it's... I mean, so I mentioned before I was playing, or I've been investing money when we're talking about amiibos. I can't invest money in buying amiibos for game content, but I've been investing a little bit of money, not too much because I don't have much, but in the X-Wing tabletop game. And, the whole thing with gaming is it's completely worldwide now. I mean, the tabletop thing is still kind of I almost think a niche market, especially specific tabletop ones. I mean, there's tons of tabletop games, but I had more of a point to that, and I totally fucking forgot. Fuck. There was a good point. It was a good point, but no.
Not good enough.
It's gone. It's gone. But yeah, I think Nintendo. I hope it turns. It's hard to say. Turns itself around, or is it making enough to be self-sustainable? Like that's the other question. Dreamcast wasn't. They invested more than they made, and that was the problem.
Yeah, this console generation has definitely not been a highlight for them in sales. Their software is still top quality.
But that's what I mean. How much money are they truly losing out of it? Are they still are they losing a lot in comparable to what they've spent in it, or?
On the financial reports that I've looked at, they've had some losses, but I think that their profits and also the market, the economic market, the yen versus the dollar's kind of helping them out at this point in time. And
how much longer that's gonna happen?
Right. Yeah, only because the yen is more fucked than our fucking currency is. But I think they're all right. I mean, like I said, the Wii sold 100 million plus units. Was sold out for years after release.
Well, and that's the thing too. I think they're, if nothing else, a little more conservative than some of these other consoles with how much they crank out.
Right, they don't put out 3 different bundles per game, so that's that's one way to save a whole lot of money.
That'd be something too. I think instead of making all these bundles of games like Mike's buying another fucking PS4, so I'm gonna buy his shitty one off him, you know, at some point, or I'll just steal it when I go down there. Up there. But you know, obviously they're making enough money to justify making all these different consoles. For me, I'd be happy enough if they just made a console case that had Star Wars on it. That's all I would need. I don't need a whole damn new console. But I don't know. They don't really make console cases, do they? I feel like they used to.
It's the vinyl stickers now.
Yeah.
Put vinyl stickers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays, man, I wouldn't want end users anywhere near taking the case apart, because all the, I mean, people do stupid shit and then blame the company
Oh, it's not
for
even
the
thinking of
stupid
taking
shit that
the
they do.
case apart. Can't you, in a way, just make a case that fits over the
Case over
console?
the case. Yeah.
Well, you put a case over the console.
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't need to
could.
be anything thick or heavy, and you still put the vents where they need to be and whatever. I mean, it basically, yeah. I mean, I think that would be, you know, it's like changing your cell phone case.
There may be
Scale.
There may be a little bit of a heat issue even with leaving the vents open.
Just because it's still more insulated. Oh. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just saying I can't be doing what Mike's doing where I have like 18 million different consoles because they're all Star Wars. He's gonna buy a new laptop. He's gotta buy all.
No, I'm not buying the laptop.
He's stealing.
That's
it.
a wise decision.
Well, no. Well, all right. So
Even to get
make...
the.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to get the top hardware that you can get for that laptop, it still put it above 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
I remember you, Sly, saying something about how it wasn't worth the money, you know, for the stuff you're getting for it. But you can customize it quite a bit to where I think
it's
the
okay.
cost.
I looked into it. You could buy an Alienware with more guts in it for the same
But
price.
it's not.
But it's not Star Wars.
Not
Yes,
Star Wars
I know.
engraved, authentic,
That's the point.
vinyl stickers all over. Not the same.
I did do
Is
the
it made
Darth
out of
Vader.
actual Durasteel from a Star Destroyer?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The Euro Steel that was on the laptop.
The
No,
models.
I did the vinyls on the PlayStation 4, but I mean it's just like anything else. You start seeing the corners
Yeah.
kind of curl up and shit like that.
Now, if you
So-
watch and somebody fucks theirs up and junks it, you could always just buy a broken one and take the case off and put put it on a
PS4 in
new laptop.
Yeah, but you'd still have to find. I mean, you'd have to. What? You'd be buying virtually the same laptop, wouldn't you? I mean.
Well, I mean, if you already have a laptop and
Yeah, but it's
somebody
gotta be the right size. There's some slight. I mean, you know, you've got to know with these different laptops, a slight centimeter and the shit's not gonna fit on it. With all the components, the way they pack in these laptops. I don't know.
don't underestimate me.
And duct tape.
Duct tape is wonderful.
It'll blend right into that the whole way it looks too.
You just can't open the fucking thing
We'll
anymore.
make it fit.
No.
Okay, a little less serious topic. While playing games, do you like to listen to the in-game music, or do you like to put on your own soundtrack?
What kind of game?
Star Wars games, in-game music. A lot of other games, my music.
RPG
Okay.
games. I'm definitely in-game music. You know, if it's got that epic feel to it.
Mhm.
I mean, when it came to 7 way back in the day, I mean, I still could hum probably every single Final Fantasy 7 bit of music that was ever there, because that's what I listened to for 60 hours of gameplay. You know, stuff like that for sure. If I'm not feeling it, and it's just, I guess, comes down to the music itself.
Right.
If it doesn't make me feel epic in certain situations, or it's there's not enough variety of it and it's just so repetitive, then I'm gonna throw Pandora on and jam out to whatever's going on in the game.
There's one nice thing about PC gaming is we can pretty much work our own music in any way that we choose.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm the same way. Oblivion, I thought had a great soundtrack, but you know, after a couple 100 hours, I've done heard everything 500 times. So I made a playlist of songs that I felt went with the game, and that's just what I rolled with.
You went that far. See, I honestly, all I do is either I like the in-game music or I just throw Pandora and have my random soundtrack, and kind of based on the song will dictate how I'm acting in the game at the time. I mean,
too
if
much
I'm in
of a control freak for Pandora.
Yes, I can. I'm too cheap to not use Pandora.
I don't know. I thought those were pretty good. Like the internet radio stations. Like when you picked your genre that you wanted to listen to, I found like the ones that I usually listen to played pretty good music that I liked. So I couldn't complain with those.
I listen to a lot of underground music, so my
Mike,
selections
this is a
are
for you in chat.
limited.
What? Yes. With the piano wire.
Thank you for the follow.
Alright.
Katana Caution.
Thank you, Katana Caution. And according to Wookiee, yes.
It assassinated
piano
himself.
I don't know, it depends on, I guess, country. I would think if you're a president and an assassin, you assassinate other presidents, no?
I think if you're a president and an assassin, you're very good.
Yeah, how do you manage that one?
With people watching you all the time and you still sneak away to make the kill? Nice.
I don't know how that'd work.
Ask
CGI.
an assassin. I'm the assassin.
Alright, so what was blah blah blah? What were we talking about?
Music.
Right, music and games. Yeah, I don't know, like I could think of a recent one, Elite Dangerous. It's got pretty cool music, but it's like that trance, like you're in space, you're just, I mean, Eve Online, same thing. I mean, it's great music, great soundtrack, but it's very mellow music. I mean, it's music you could probably fall asleep to. Even in combat, I mean, it gets a little bit more intense, but it's not, like, when I'm in combat, I want to be slamming my head.
Yeah. I haven't played Elite Dangerous, but it definitely looks like a game where I would have, like, that would be like a driving playlist, I think, would fit well for a game like that.
In that one, you can install the playlist directly into the game too, I think.
Yeah.
Not mistaken. There's ways to do that.
With like GTA.
Kind of like that. GTA is a game I don't honestly need music to play. There's so much crap going on usually that, I mean, you get in a car, something's playing, but are you honestly listening to it really while you're murdering everything? Maybe it's a subconscious thing. I don't know. But and then like Mike said, Star Wars games. I've never not played.
I'm that way
whatever
with
soundtrack
Zelda.
they've had. Yeah. So
I don't know. When we were raiding, I always had music playing.
that's just because you didn't want to listen to anyone else.
That too.
It had to do with drowning people out, not the Star Wars music.
Or just drowning people in general.
Just drowning.
Fuck them all.
Great.
With a piano wire.
What?
What?
Strangled him underwater.
Pianist wire.
Huh.
I'd say what?
That's my favorite non-dirty word.
Pianist?
Pianist.
Pianist. A pianist.
Oh, man.
Alright.
Alright.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rage quits. Who has a good story?
Oh boy.
Start with Jason.
Katana, if you want to see our thoughts on Star Wars 7, our last podcast had a whole segment on it. It's on the YouTubes. See if I can
In
actually...
summary, can't wait. They better not fuck it up.
Wonder, is Moobot gonna yell? Moobot gonna yell at me if I link something as DG?
Let's hope so.
You'll have to find out. The Moobot plays
Moobot
no
will
favorites.
Make you his bitch. No,
Probably. Let's see.
whoa! Nope.
That's right. So anyway,
She allowed
Katana, that's the link for last week's podcast, right? Last week.
Yes.
Yeah, and we talk all about Star Wars stuff. I think the movie episode 7 stuff is towards the end of the podcast. So yeah, check that out because we could be talking about that for the rest of this podcast, and we've got other topics we've got to talk about.
Indeed.
Do we really? I think Star Wars trumps all.
I didn't say ones that were more important.
Hey, if we
I said
burst through
others
these
that
last
we
two,
talked-
then Star Wars
No,
it up.
I got videos. I got rage videos to show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
God.
do have rage videos.
I don't.
Why was Mark Raging Rain not in this one?
It's probably at a gender reclamation.
Gender wedding?
What?
Thing. I don't know.
Huh?
You didn't hear Rain actually came out and said he's getting his gender changed. To what? I don't know, because I don't know what it is in the first place. He's got a bag on his head.
Yeah.
He's a dragon.
You know. He's
Genderless dragon.
So now he's getting a gender.
Yeah.
Randomized. It's that randomized. Good. Get it all out.
Get him cigarettes.
Right on the
Don't
webcam,
even
dude.
smoke.
Give us something.
Saying.
Give us something to look at. Star Wars is
Star Wars is bae.
Star Wars is amaze. Totally amaze.
Totally amazing.
All right. So what else? What else you got, Craig? While I'm messing around with the video that I can't find again.
Got a good rage quit story, Mike?
Nope.
Oh, is that next? Do you have any other topics?
I don't rage.
We touched on all your topics, sir.
I have one more other than this one.
Okay. Well, what's this one?
The rage
Rage.
quits.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well,
Go
I've
ahead.
got a story anyway while
Okay.
Jason's looking for videos.
I'm getting timestamps because my freaking compilation video is not.
Okay, so Mike, we were what, 12 or 13?
10% done. What the fuck?
Wow.
Thanks. Fail. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, had to be around 12 or 13 years old, in 64 days, playing WrestleMania 2000, so maybe 14. Anyway, playing WrestleMania 2000, our group of friends that we played with created these title belts, and during the WWE pay-per-views, or after the WWE pay-per-views, WWF at the time, we would hold our own game pay-per-view event and crown the new champions. Well, I'd had this ongoing battle with my friend Tony, and tonight was the championship match, and it came down to the end of the match, and I had it in the bag. I had just executed my finishing move and was about to go in for the pin, and then out of nowhere Shane McMahon comes running down the ramp, slides into the ring, gives me an X Factor. Tony gets up and pins me, and yeah, I totally lost fucking control. Slammed the controller and stomped through the house a little bit while my mom was trying to keep me quiet because my dad was sleeping. And went back to my room, where there just happened to be a deck of cards laying on the floor. And since I really felt the urge to throw something, that was what I picked up and threw. Our walls were a little bit thin at the time, and the deck of cards stuck straight into the wall right next to a poster. And after throwing the deck of cards, I had realized what I had done and that my parents would probably ground me for a good amount of time, seeing a hole in the wall. I quickly decided to move the poster to the left several inches to cover the hole. And it was not until the day I actually moved out of the house that they discovered that hole in the wall.
Good timing.
Yeah. By then, the statute of limitations had passed, and they really couldn't be mad about it anymore.
Really
But,
confused. What the hell? Is that always there? One of them probably thought they did it.
But yeah,
See,
that
and
was...
people want you to tell the truth right off the bat, when obviously over time it just kind of goes away. It's not,
what?
there's not as much force.
You know,
You
in the
don't-
logic
you
of
don't
a
tell the truth
14-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
was
it's
that was the
You
best
can only
move
laugh
at the
about
time.
it at that point.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Kick you out of the house?
No, you know what you do is if I was his parents, I'd go to his house with a shitload, tons of decks of cards, just go in there and start chucking them into the walls or whatever I thought made that hole.
I can honestly say there's still some things around here that need to be fixed that weren't my doing, and I think we're about even on that.
Oh, okay. Is
So-
that like your parents' old house or something?
No. My
His kid.
parents helped me
that doesn't
move
count.
in,
That's your
and
offspring. That's not.
no.
that doesn't make
It was my dad.
Oh, okay.
I still gotta fix the area above the entrance to the stairs, and there is a broken window in the basement. So
Should fix some of that stuff. You know,
I
winter
probably
coming.
should.
Winter is
just-
coming.
Yes.
Yep, that's my rage quit story. One of them.
The rage quit. Where is the Dota?
Alright, noob.
I'm looking for the Doders. DG and Dota.
This would be Jason, the non-multitasker.
Nope, can't. Alright, so what? You asked about my rages?
For sure.
Well, my more recent one I'm gonna show here in a minute. That was pretty bad.
Cops were after you.
Stop, Mike. Don't get me
It's
started.
my civic duty.
Don't get me started! Let's see. When I was playing Battlefront, there were some... I was getting my FPS skill back a little bit, but I was also getting my FPS rage back a lot of it.
Oh
That
yeah.
was a little... That was pretty bad. I mean, I wasn't smashing things, but I was pretty close. So Final Fantasy VIII was a nice rage moment with another DGer, Rain. He's the bag face. We were playing Final Fantasy VIII. We're on the final boss, and all of our team had died except for Squall, who had a limit break to heal himself. And yeah, so that was basically we'd attack 3 times, heal ourselves based on the attacks, whatever. Mark worked out the entire rotation of abilities. By the time we got towards the very end, there's about 4 hours of combat on one boss, which was fucking nuts. Well, she starts talking, and then all of a sudden we have 1 HP, and she attacks right away, and we die after 4.5 hours. We were fairly upset, to say the least. That was pretty bad. And then I found out later that she was almost dead when she starts talking. So that was pretty bad too. No, I punched a hole in a wall right between the studs. I got very lucky on that one. Not in the gaming system.
There's 2 studs standing there and he punched between them.
You're an idiot. Idiot, this guy. Idiot. Idiot.
See, to me, you're pointing at Craig.
It doesn't matter. Everyone else, I'm pointing to you.
Oh.
I busted the lid off my NES, but it's about as far as damage to an actual console that I've ever done.
Wookiee sounds like he'd be someone that throws his Xbox One at least. I mean, he gets pretty angry at that thing.
I just yell at it because it listens.
Xbox One, go fuck yourself.
Doesn't listen.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
it doesn't
yeah,
listen.
It attempts. There's an attempt there.
Oh, is that what counts for you? For you
Yeah,
not to
that's-
bash things if it tries?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you tried. It's alright. I forgive. Forgive and forget.
I feel like that is a little bullshit. All the games I've played with you, there's none of that. There it is. Bring the rain with the DG fam.
I think part of my attempt to apologize for damaging game systems in the past was learning how to fix them. So I do some of that now.
You fix gaming systems?
I do. Couple Xboxes, couple PlayStations, SNES, NES, 64.
Well, too bad Joseph's cousin's not here to tell us his rage. He's drop kicked his PC before.
What?
I drop kicked my GameCube and it fucking hurt.
I bet, but yeah, he just kicked it, picked it up, pushed it, threw it across. The guy, he rages very hard.
I couldn't do it to my PC, man. It's way too fucking expensive.
Yeah, well, this guy's definitely got the money. He can fucking do that.
I don't know, man. I've got my own hands into putting my rig together. I don't know if I could do it.
Well, yeah, I would never do that. It's already broke enough. Don't need to hurt it anymore.
Sorry, I almost got it, I think. Mike, you could give him the timestamps for the GTA one. Well, I have the timestamps, actually. Just link it to him in Skype. The timestamp
Yeah, I don't know how to do it either.
I don't know what you're talking about. Timestamps. What timestamps?
For the, you don't need
The
to
video
do timestamps.
rewatch?
Just, yeah, the GTA one. Just send him the link for the GTA video.
The YouTube video rewatch?
Yes. And I will type in the timestamps.
I wish you would have told me this before.
I know, I thought I'd be dumb, and I thought your stories would be a little longer than 8 seconds.
Yeah, I already told you I don't rage. I just,
Well,
my
make
rage
stuff
is
up.
quiet. I just go quiet and
Yeah,
just leave.
that's not good. One day you're just gonna.
And all of a sudden, piano wire.
What if episode 7 is not as good as you need it to be? Episode 7 is not as good as he needs it to be. He's just gonna get up, run to the screen, and just slash it to pieces and freak out.
I'm gonna fly to J.J. Abrams' house.
Yeah, that'll be it. Mike, this is kind of a weird way to go to the airport. We're not going to the airport, Jason.
Alright, now how am I supposed to send this to him?
Abrams' house.
I can't do it in,
There-
obviously...
Bottom right corner, there's a little chat thingy. Click it.
Oh.
Ah.
Alright, that's the video. These are the timestamps. 13, 17 to 17, 20. Should be pretty close. So if you could play that
Do it now.
for this screen, that would be good. And I should have the other, at least the Dota. Alright, I'll come around to pick you up. Joseph got on it. I could not do anything about that. Alright, there. Come on!
Joseph, stop.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it doesn't let you move up the bus.
Alright, where's the armored car? Someone put a marker up so I can go somewhere. Alright. Really?
The only guy on the board I see. Wanna leave this thing?
There we go, look at that. Turns on a motherfucking dime. This is like the reverse speed.
So slow.
No, all the cops are trying to kill us. Supposed to be helping us. You might have to update that occasionally. I wish there was a timer that told you when the next event was gonna be. Oh, did I already go through all of it? Stuff is available. Alright. After we run by this guy real quick, we're gonna do whatever that is. Need a vehicle to participate. Alright, well, we're good with that. I think that... Yeah, you've already seen everything. This is good. If anyone could do it, we could do it. I mean, you guys could just blast the other players. Alright, we're coming up to this guy. Alright, I've got the next stamps, I think. Alright, hold on. Oh, we can get down there. No big deal. Totally get down there. Fucking bush. And we're stuck. Alright, and this we're fucking stuck. And we're good. Alright, I'll link this well, one. We made our destination, so that guys. Was me raging. Yeah, did you play it early enough to hear my bashing everything?
Where was that
at? At 13:17 when Mike stabs me. That's the start of it. For 3 grenades, all of them went right on him.
Cops are looking for you.
Oh, what the? My mouse coming to pieces. Going across the room.
Alright.
And then this is our Rage and Rain. Timestamps. It's a long video, so there's like 2 timestamps. Pretty far into it. 55:20. The first timestamp is the first video section you'll see is what started.
You can fucking kiss my ass.
And then
fucking kiss my ass.
Like 2 minutes later is the
start heading
full
up, guys.
blown.
Mosh, buy some more. Okay, good job. Where the fuck is the courier going?
Lou's got it again.
All right.
I couldn't
Let's
really
try and push
hit
mid.
that well.
We got 10 seconds.
The stream.
We can get some good chip damage away.
Pushing top.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Alright. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm not gonna find the other ones. It'd be really nice if YouTube didn't take for fucking ever to put 3 videos together. Jesus.
Can't fight that. I'm dead, guys.
I definitely thought 2 hours would have been more than enough time. Apparently I was wrong.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
Of course.
What's going on here?
Lou's
What's
said
going
we
on
can't
here?
fight that.
What's going
so
on
we
here?
ran away.
I don't care what Lou says. What's going on there? What's going on there?
So we can't fight it,
Yeah,
run
I can't hear
away,
the
and
sound
Tone ran
through it,
in
Craig.
after we retreated.
What's that?
Right.
I don't hear the sound.
So Tone ran in.
No.
Got a good jump. Everyone runs. I don't
We were
care. I
already
don't care. I don't
halfway
care
on
if
that.
Tone. I don't care if Tone jumps in. He's the carry. You guys
You
should have
have
been
the
there.
YouTube, you don't have the YouTube muted, do you?
Mark, we were already running
No.
away when he ran
I
in.
don't-
We
I
can't
don't-
just
I don't-
teleport back there.
No, I can hear it.
You
guys
were
should hear it.
here when he
I
died.
don't know.
It took you telling me that when Lou said back, you ran the entire way
Got my
back
tablet
in
up
here
all the way
and made it to
up
there. That's
We're
what you're
already
telling me.
across the river.
So run back over to the
I hear-
fucking
I
river.
hear
It's not a
us,
very
I don't
hard
hear the
decision.
video.
We're not gonna make it in time.
That makes no sense.
Oh, wait, no,
actually.
there we go. I
Stop.
agree.
You
We
got
held out for
made a
long
bad
time.
play. You got caught. Stop.
Oh, that's weird.
Mosh, it doesn't matter whether it's a fucking
Stop.
bad play or not, bro. You
Shut up.
need to fucking be
Shut
there.
up.
You shut the fuck up.
So bad. Your route is awful. Just
Yeah.
Alright, now go to the next timestamp. Go to 57 minutes. Like 2 minutes later, so that happened.
Come. Here they
And
come.
he's already
I'll
now
push stop.
pissed.
Don't use your ulti.
oh,
Now it might be time to use your ulti.
Come on, guys. The tone goes in. We all gotta be there.
You wear rules! Fuck you! Fuck you, Mosh!
Fuck you!
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, Mosh! Fuck you!
Teleport.
You can fucking kiss my ass! Fucking kiss my ass! You fucking dick! Fuck you!
Now go to like the last, I don't know, 15 seconds of the video.
Baby! Totes Maloofs, dog. Your middle tower just bit the big one. But you're loving this. Your middle tower is under attack. Great! Your middle tower can't use that anymore. It's gone.
Just watch all the way till the end.
Hey, dummy, your ancient's under attack.
There was no talking this entire time from anyone. From when that happened to now,
And
nobody said a word.
This is why I am done playing
I don't
this
know if he
game.
left it or not, but yeah, right here he's about to quit. So that's part of, those are our DG people. Pissing each other off and flipping out about it. I don't know how we're still all friends. I don't hear you, Mike.
What?
Alright,
They're
well,
moving. The mail coming out.
last thing I've got on my list is gaming superstitions. Are there anything that, whether it comes to gaming or tech or PC, just any superstitions that you have that may be weird or unique to you that you want to share with anyone?
I think you should start with that first, there, Sly.
Okay. I will not put in any PC components on a Monday. I had an issue several years ago where I tried to order a new motherboard, and the first one came on Monday, and I spent, most of my evening putting everything together, and the motherboard did not work at all. And I sent it back, and they sent me the replacement, which came on the following Monday. Also, no luck. And after the third replacement, I put everything together on a Tuesday, and everything worked flawlessly.
Same motherboard?
Yes. But my, basically my superstition is I do not do tech work on Mondays. Anything that can and will go wrong on a Monday for me, and I just won't fucking do it. So, that's mine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I have any superstitions. I mean, you're looking at two people that have already dropped their PCs. I believe that anything bad is going to happen at any given time. I mean, I was moving, and I left my two towers, my old tower that has been ripped apart, and then this one for last, because I wanted nothing in the way. I wanted them separate. I put them in my car, not on the frickin' shipping truck, nothing. And I mean, I walked out. I was holding it right where the actual handholds are on the tower that they made, I imagine specifically for carrying the thing, and the entire front of my PC just ripped off from the weight of the tower and fell into the driveway. So I was very fortunate. There was just the only damage was the top USB ports got ripped out completely, but everything worked. No weird, funky sounds. The front part of the towers is maybe just a little bit not on there anymore, but mechanically wise, it's perfectly fine. Just has extra ventilation. But superstition wise for gaming, I don't know. I don't think I've got anything, and if I do, it's something someone else would have to notice from me. I don't know.
Yeah, just don't put your PC on the bed. she'll jump right off.
It's your superstition.
That's
no
my
beds.
superstition. Don't place it on top of a bed. I mean, yeah, no jumping on the bed. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a monkey, but
I had a
bitch
laptop bounce
jumped right
off a
off.
bed once.
Yeah. I don't know. What other superstitions have you heard of, Sly? Because I can't. I don't think there. Do you have any other ones? I guess would be another. Like, do you only wear one sock when you're playing certain games, or don't change your boxers for 3 days when you're playing others? I don't know. Anything?
No,
So
no,
glad
I
there's
always
internet
change my
gaming.
boxers.
Why? What do you do, Mike?
Commando. You play Commando.
Naked. Naked. He only has the hoodie on, and that's it. Hoodie and a hat for the podcast.
When I get a new Zelda game, I play in complete solitude. Like,
Well, that's something. Okay.
there can be nobody
say
in the
this.
room. Nobody
Yeah.
better talk to me.
Oh, I'm so
Seriously,
coming over.
stay the fuck out. But it has to be a new title though. Remakes don't count.
Can I play with you?
Totally launching rocks at the window. Hey, up there!
Fuck that. He has a broken window. Just sneak into his house and scare the shit out of him.
Oh, you're not gonna fit through that window.
Oh, he's such a
What are you saying?
I'm saying that not even a cat would fit through that window.
Oh, you ever see a cat? They can go like that. Like they're like paper. They fold
That's the
down.
basement
Flaps
window
open.
though, so it's like mostly covered by ground.
Anyway, I do something similar when it comes to, and you can maybe ask Mike about this. When there's Star Wars expansions, I don't talk to anyone for my first playthrough of it.
Yeah, he does. He's a liar. Speak when I just don't. Yeah, the only thing people might do, like Alicia, just mute everybody else when you get to like any kind of story
Thematic.
part. That's
Yeah.
not superstition.
I
That's
don't
more.
think that's just preference.
That's just shut the fuck up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stories unfolding here.
Rain puts a bag on his head every time he's gonna have a webcam. Does that count as a superstition? I don't know. Is that a persona thing? I don't know.
A pussy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very superstitious in general. I believe in more of like a karma thing. Like, I think, for the most part, I'm a decent human being. And that's why when I threw my tower into the ground, nothing critical
bad.
broke. I reserved enough goodwill to have my tower survive a fall.
Well, yeah, I mean, karma definitely bit me the other day.
It bit you this morning. You poked yourself in the...
Joseph and I were playing Heroes,
Mhm.
and I had Lily selected, and I was like number 3 to pick my selection.
Right.
Well, one of the people before me let the time run out, and then so it was like an auto pick, and it was on a random, so it was just a random auto pick. So I made fun of the guy. Well, the very first person to picked Uther, and I still picked a healer. So we had 2 absolute healers. So Karma, you making fun of that guy for the auto pick, I went and made a dumbass mistake and went ahead and still picked a healer. Because I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy making
Oh
fun
yeah,
of
because you would have seen his pick before.
Yeah,
So you were.
yeah.
Just
he had never picked one, and I still picked. So yeah, I made fun of him, and then
Is that karma though, or is that stupidity?
That's karma.
Karma made you stupid.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was just too busy making fun
Karma
of.
blinded you.
And Karma just said, "You're gonna pick a Hitler and be poked out as a dumbass."
Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd say I'm more of a believer in karma when it comes to things. Now, I also have the worst luck in the world. Anything that's random number generated, you better believe I have no shot. There's a 50-50 chance I will always lose.
Yeah. Yeah, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any.
Yeah, and that's like when it comes to this Star Wars tabletop game, there is some strategy involved, but when it comes to like attacking and defending, you're rolling dice.
Mm-hmm.
However much number of dice, but yeah, it's. I mean, I always get totally fucked up. I've lost way more. I've maybe won 2 games, but see, like the games I've won have been also because of that kind of random thing. Like I flew through an asteroid and lived because of whatever various reasons but I had to roll a dice to see if I got damaged on a ship that only had 1 damage.
Yeah, I got a guy a friend of mine, he could spend $25 on lottery tickets and win $150. I would spend $150 on lottery tickets and win 25.
Or nothing. You may I would just win nothing. It only takes 1 though, Craig.
Just 1.
Yeah.
50 million.
One ring to rule them all.
Oh, I let my wife play the Powerball and shit. If she wins, fuck yeah. Oh.
She wins, DG's funded for life.
Oh yeah.
Greg, all I need is $800 a month to live. Okay, I've been able to budget my life on that.
Dude,
if I can do full-time DG.
If I won hundreds of millions, it would be sweet, sweet, sweet.
Oh yeah, I think I need to put that in the contract. I need to write up for you guys. If any one of us wins the lottery, a minimum has to get put towards DG. Mike's like, well, fuck that. I'm playing. Play the lottery.
Deuces!
I keep playing the lottery.
No, I'm depending on you to be the lottery.
Right, yeah. Mike's depending on the rest of us to win. Yeah. Gotta play it to win it, right? No.
Yeah.
You could.
I could say everybody would get a brand new gaming rig. That's for sure.
What's that?
I could definitely say everybody would be getting a brand new gaming rig, even if you already had one.
Every year for the rest of our lives.
And it still wouldn't put it in your fucking. But I don't know. The lottery, that'd be great. But my luck's so terrible.
Right.
But again, it's that one time. I don't even need the big lottery. I don't need that $300 million stupid crap.
What?
Give me the 15 million. That's all I need.
What's the difference?
That's it. And we could even have like 14 winners. And I'll be happy.
Winters?
Winners. Wieners.
Wieners. You want 15 wieners.
In your face.
Oh.
During the podcast.
Hey, Joseph.
I think I would buy a bunch of that fake Hollywood cocaine and put it on plates all over my house and have a big party just to trick people that thought it was actually
like
cocaine.
Saying fake, but you're meaning it's real.
No, because I don't like cocaine, so...
It's one hell of a drug.
It is one hell of a drug, and I don't like it.
I would just put shrooms all over the house. House would smell like shit.
Shrooms?
Shit just got real. Real weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't eat shrooms
Great,
anymore.
so
either.
all your donations, everyone, will go to drug habits later in life.
It does happen to a lot of lottery winners.
It's because we get bored.
Wouldn't you, though?
No? Fuck
Hell
no.
No, you haven't won the lottery. You can't say that.
Well, and I'm going to keep
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that they
saying
make
it.
200-mile-per-hour cars that would keep me from getting bored with life.
Yeah, but how much more fun would those 200-mile-per-hour cars be high on coke?
Either of you seen Leonardo DiCaprio's
Yes.
Yeah, you remember when he took
Wolf on Wall
White
Street?
Loot?
Oh, yeah, on Ludes.
He thought he was just...
He was like, oh, I don't know.
Oh,
how
man,
I
I'm
got
driving
there.
this thing home.
Born in the Lamborghinis.
He was awesome.
That's a good movie. That's us.
That was a good movie.
Anyway, anything else? We're right about at our time. Dark! Where the fuck you been lurking?
He's been QQing.
Apparently, he's crying.
Hey, bud.
I don't know.
Life's
Is
not
he
that
crying
bad.
because Rain sounded so hurt and so pained? And he was
You
screaming.
know, you could feel the pain.
And my eardrums.
Or the rain. The rain you could feel, the pain. Rain?
I
Feel
think
the
it's like
rain.
acid rain, so it's
Rain.
both.
It's like Raging Rain would actually be like hail. That's what that would be.
Raging
So
hail?
Raging Rain would be hail.
Nice.
And QQing this boss on this game. That's like the most broad, vague statement I've ever heard anyone say.
Wait, there's bosses in games?
What game? What boss? Both.
What?
What?
Like a boss.
Your new
What?
empire?
Your new empire.
What you must do is memorize his attack pattern. Oh.
You've done this yourself.
Undertale?
The fucking last boss. So fucking annoying. Is the fucking last boss the name of the... Oh, Undertale? I don't know what Undertale is.
Me either.
Wasn't that the cartoon?
No, that's DuckTales.
Oh. My bad.
Yeah, no. You are bad. Terrible.
Terabad.
So. Alright, anything else, Mr. Sly?
No, that's all I've got.
I like when he's looking at his other screens. I don't know. Something.
Something happened. Something told me not to do that.
Ice? What?
Heist? No.
Ice?
Done.
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 I don't even talk to Lester anymore. I bought a different house, so I wouldn't have to talk to that piece. But, alright. Well, feel free to close it out, sir.
Alrighty. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. This was our 7th podcast, and keep it right here all week long for all things DG. More horror, more
Oh
excitement.
yeah, we didn't talk about that.
More
Fucking
horror?
Dead Space chapters and our Halloween stuff.
Yes,
And damn, last night we had so much stuff we didn't even talk about it. Way to go, host! Way to go! Stomping my feet on the ground.
I'm in chapter 8 of Dead Space 2.
Are you getting
Hopefully
scared a
I'll be
lot?
finished soon. It does have a lot of scare moments.
Because when I was watching, you were picking up corpses and shooting them at a hologram.
Yeah, that fucking hologram was pissing me off. It reminded me of the Red Queen from Resident Evil.
You're all gonna die down here. Her?
Yeah, that one. And just like in the movie, once I got to the core, she was no more.
Alright. Did either of you watch the Damned plays last night? Wow, you guys are such good supporters of our streamers. Yeah, Damned was hilarious. They tried doing a multi-stream, which I'm still not convinced on that multi-stream. You have to have an amazing internet to be able to run 4 streams at once without any interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to run Dastin and Junies at the same time for a little bit, but then, one of them would unsync for a second, and then it would, be off. But I watched Junie be a monster the first time. That was hilarious. And she actually murdered everyone somehow. But she was playing the monster totally backwards, and she was actually getting scared by shit as the monster, which your only job is to kill everyone else. So that was funny. And hearing, because I guess the in-game chat that they have on it, you know, it's distance based, kind of like in a way like Elite Dangerous, Mike. Like, you know, if you're real far away, it comes in all choppy.
Right.
You know, in that, if you're not within vocal sound, you know, distance or whatever, vocal range, then you don't hear them. So then it's like you'll start hearing people mumbling, so you start moving towards it as the monster. You start seeing flashlights, so you move towards that. And then people start screaming really loud because they see the monster, and it's pretty hilarious. I'm actually gonna watch, see if I can watch some of it again. Probably while I get some food.
Yep, I'll be able to finish Batman after I get my new card.
Yeah, so why have you eased up on Batman? Just it's not playing anymore,
Well,
or what?
they released a driver update for Battlefront, and it pretty much disabled SLI and Arkham Knight again. And I tried to play with it on, like, seriously 5 frames per second.
Can't you download the old driver?
Yeah, I could. But I don't like...
Well, I guess you have a new card coming in, so now.
Yeah, I don't like reverting drivers. You gotta wipe everything off and fucking...
Sounds like a superstition.
Yeah, well, yeah, possibly. It's a pain in the ass to revert to old drivers.
Or a pain in the ass than a superstition.
Reverto.
Yeah. All right. What scare stuff do we have coming up? Do you know? I think we've got more damn.
I think I'd like to try to get a hold of Dead Space 3. I was gonna co-op that with Flyzik.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. What have you guys seen any of his recent Destinies or streams? He has the screen set up.
I saw him doing Dead Rising, and that was pretty cool.
Screen set up though.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that so you don't see my bed.
Yeah, I would like to
What are you gonna do? Just put the green screen right over the bed?
No, I'm gonna do kind of what he did, where he turned his whole setup into like the corner, and then you just put it right behind there. That's pretty much what. Like Mike, I was gonna say you're set up for it already. You just throw a green blanket behind you, and
I'll just put the green blanket on me. That's all you see is my background.
That's all you see is the background. Just put it on your face. That's what Mark should do. He should get a green mask and just have his eyes. All you would see is his eyes and like.
Oh, that'd be fucking creepy.
Would be creepy. That'd be awesome. Creepy.
Then imagine when he's yelling, all you'd see is you see his mouth.
Oh, dude, that would be cool.
Shut the fuck up! Fuck you! Fuck you! Kiss my ass!
Yeah, I definitely like what he's done with that.
Yeah, it's good. It's the next level. Next level, guys.
Fuck
Greg,
yeah.
you have the wrong color behind you. You have your blue screen. You need a green screen.
Blue doesn't work?
It might work. I don't know. You'd have to mess with the chroma color config.
Man, I don't know where I'd hang anything.
You know what,
now.
Craig? Be pro and paint the whole room green. All right. Stop.
Craig's like, how did I get in here?
Where am I?
Your shitty shirt would
hey,
you know, probably
it's not good enough.
MVP.
It's the most vacant personality.
What?
Hey, you don't need a personality when you're that fucking good.
Or rich. I'm rich, bitch.
I'm rich, bitch. Alright, well.
We're done. We're done.
Again, thanks for watching. Keep it right here. We'll be gaming.
Yep, I don't know who we got left, but or next left.